Yeah, just kind of what's your takeaway defensively of the last three games? Like, where do you think that some of the breakdowns have come from, and like, where do you think you guys have developed since the start of the season to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've been bad. I think we've done a good job most of the game limiting other teams. It just kind of seems right now just kind of in that stretch where kind of one mistake is too big of a mistake, and it always kind of ends up in the back of the net. And I think it's just the time of those mistakes. Kind of we're in the stretch right now again where we score a big goal, it seems, and we're kind of riding high, but next shift we kind of give up one and lose that momentum, and that's hard to bounce back from.
Mike Benton.
Hey, Carson, thank you for doing this. Mentioning good quality practices from the guys from Dave Haxtell, that's the goal for the week. And the frustration maybe in the past with how some games have transpired. What have you taken away here from today or the first 2 days to meet your goals heading into this next week?
I think it's just compete. I know we're just going against each other in practice, but there's no more time kind of just to take it easy on each other like you kind of do in training camp or when you're coming in just skating before the season or at the end of summer. It's kind of, we're right in the mix this season, so we got to play each other like we'd play other teams just to be ready for when we come back, because those are obviously huge games right when we get back, and we can't afford to come off this break slow.
Ryan Clark.
Hey, Carson, kind of jumping back to what was said about practice. I mean, you look at today, the fact you work on 3-on-3, everything was super physical. Like, what's it like to have a practice like that, but also the conversation surrounding it where it seems like maybe there's a greater sense of honesty about here's what needs to happen in order to turn things around?
Yeah, I just think we were realizing just how big even just those single points are. I mean, obviously our record in 3-on-3 or the extra point there hasn't been great for us. So you got to scrape to get any points you can get. And in this league now with the 3-on-3 overtime, it's obviously a big part of it with how close games are. And I think we're just kind of realizing we need some of those points if we're coming down the stretch here.
Let's wrap up here with Marissa.
Yeah, you mentioned like the one big mistake and just the timing of some of the goals against and all of that. When that happens, is that more like, does it get in your head a little bit? Is there a mental component to that? Or why do you think it's just been the timing more than anything?
Yeah, it's just deflating with how the record and when it's happened before, it just deflates your team a little bit. And it's hard to, mentally you can say all the right things on the bench. You can try and stay positive about it, but it is deflating at any time in the game. And it's just hard to bounce back from, especially when other teams are so good and so competitive. You just kind of put yourself behind the eight ball, and that's hard to do.